I just saw Sean Harry is the other one. This is my you feel just like daddy yourself, but you look like I like that. See, I had a little bit of that. You do carry some of your mama though. She's beautiful, so you know that.
What's up, big time? Have a good night. Yes, you did.
I didn't even know
You're probably the best.
Sean was still little. He remembers still. You were less than 10. Thanksgiving.
This is Shiraz. This is our sister. This is our aunt. She's so cute. I don't know she got it. You like Jimmy still? I got this name too. I don't know about it. Man. Here people call me my nickname. People today like Ziggy. I'm Ziggy. Nobody says Ziggy anymore. Except for family, you know.
Yeah, I was receptive.
I've never gone to yeah, I'm mama Ziggy. I had to catch myself because I don't hear that much.
Are you done now?
Masha did the same thing I did, except mine is like a little bit of my daughter, Raisa Jemima, and then my son Riley John is 10, he'll be 11, September. I have 12. Because Aaliyah is 25, she just got married. Actually, 26. Yes. And then Deanna is next. And then Riley John, and Raisa, I'm ready to be grandma next, that's it. I'm not in a hurry for it, but I'm just saying I'm happy. My kids are a blessing. She did. But still didn't get that girl yet. I think I had to settle with my boys.
Thank you so
Is Sean? Proud of you. That's awesome. That's no
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we're going to begin the services. This is Terry. We ask that at this time that if you services being live streamed, so make sure your electronic devices are turned on silent or vibrate. We're going to kind of follow through with the services that her sons want her to have, and we do appreciate you for showing your love and support for them during this time. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to them to let them handle it in their way.
All right. You want to say? I don't need Mike because my voice carries. I would like to thank everybody for coming. I love everybody in this room, everybody, several people beyond this room, everybody knew my mama. She was crazy, she was loving, she was who she was. Just enjoying her memory, that's all I can say. And just, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Life goes on, so, hey, be sad for as long as you have to be sad for, but move on. Because she would want you to die in her memory. So that's all I have to say. Big bro. I'm using mic because people back in the back. I only have a few words. Again, I'm going to thank everybody for coming as well. People travel far and wide. I'm glad you got here safely. Mom did not want any preaching, so
We're gonna have a simple ceremony. So I just want to say a few words. This is our mother, our friend, my father's wife, lifelong partner. She was different things to all of us. She wasn't perfect, none of us are. But she's loved. She was loved by many, as you can tell, and she loved me in her own way. So one thing I want to say is we're all family. Lots of different dynamics in the room. I have my own as well. I'm human. But at the end of the day, I think the way the world works these days, we come together in times like these. So what I want to say more so than speak about my mom, because I'm going to open the mic for others to come up here and say words of encouragement or love, what they want to say about my mother, so I'm not going to say much, right? But I just want to remind all of us, we're family. There's family here from my father's side and my mother's side. There's friends from far and wide that have been following my mother, been friends, Miss Doris have been friends with my mother forever. And that's probably something that I don't even know, the friendships. But just, I'm reminded about we're family. And in the greatness of things, when you look at it, most things are very small. We got to learn to let things go, right? Time is short. If you want to know how short it is, here's a perfect example. My mom lived 76 years. She lived a life of up and down struggles, we all have them. But we want to keep arguing and fighting and going back and forth. Now's the time to let that go. Love each other, forgive each other, and just move on with life, right? So, with most things, the natural way things go, the elders go first. And over the last couple of years in our family alone, we probably lost 7 or 8 patriarchs in our family. And we're going to lose more. But we should not only come together at times like these. We should support each other, love each other, be kind to one another. We're all human. We all have our ups and downs, struggles, and deficiencies. But at the end of the day, love each other and be kind. So with that, I'm open to mic. Anybody else want to come up? One by one, say what you like. I'm going to open the floor, okay? Thank y'all for coming. Safe travels back home, and we love you, okay? Dad left, and my brother left, so they won't be coming to the mic. But anybody else want to come up and say anything, now's the time to come up, okay? Thank you guys, I love you.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Oh, Tatiana, Marion's first daughter. Miss Barbara was my grandmother. And many of you know her. She was a spunky lady, you know. She said what she said, she stood on her truth, she stood her ground, but she loved all, you know. And as Uncle Daryl said, she did have her struggles and ups and downs, but at the end of the day, family was important to her. And being united as a family was important too. So I just want to thank everybody too for traveling here and for coming and showing love and support and remembering that we are all family, and that's what we need to focus on, being there for each other, supporting each other, uplifting. Then I'm going to just take a moment to turn to you, Grandma, and just talk to you because it's going to be our last physical talk. Thank you so much for helping to raise me. Thank you for the life lessons that you taught me throughout these years. Thank you for being there at 3 o'clock in the morning when I call you because I can't sleep and just need somebody to talk to. I will miss some days and I cherish them forever. I cherish you forever, and I'll keep the promise to make sure that everybody is okay and we stand strong and we stand unified, because I know that's what you have wanted. So, you know, this isn't going to be our last goodbye. I still talk to you in my dreams, and I know that you'll be watching over me and everybody else in this room. And so I thank you, and I love you. And again, thank you all for coming.
Good afternoon. I am Ivani. I am Marion Jr.'s youngest sister. Everybody in the family calls me E. I have known Barbara for my entire life. I can recall our playing at Highland Hill Church, riding the school bus together. I recall that Barbara and my brother were high school sweethearts, and then eventually they married, and they had 3 sons. I dearly loved Barbara. We've had many, many long talks, and I would say deep conversations about all kinds of things. This is very, very difficult for me to get through right now because I have experienced some deep losses of my own of late. About 18 months ago, my husband died, my husband of 47 years. And then about 8 weeks ago, my eldest sister, Lola, died. So I'm having a very, very difficult time right now. I really do understand what loss is. So you guys, Daryl, Sherrod, and Tyson, you will work through this because you have no choice but to work through this. And your mother certainly would want you to work through this. She does not want you to mourn forever. She will always be with you in your heart and in your mind. Now I'm going to tell you a personal story that I hope will bring you something by way of comfort. Life is multidimensional. We have our physical selves, we have our spiritual selves, we have our mental selves, and we have our emotional selves. Your mother has transitioned to the spiritual realm now. And I can reassure you, and I do want to reassure her sons, my brother Jimmy, we call Marion Jimmy, Junior Jimmy, by the way, and her grandchildren, that she is fine, that she's okay. Now, my personal story involves my having briefly gone to the spiritual realm myself. Doctors resuscitated me. Fortunately, I flatlined on a gurney in an emergency room of a hospital. At 17 years of age, my head literally went into the windshield of my mother's 1961 Pontiac. Due to blood loss, extreme blood loss, I died momentarily. And I can recall my spirit separating from my body and going up. It was as if the ceiling in the emergency room had just disappeared. And I was up there in a disembodied form. I was happy. I was curious. It was like, where am I? What am I doing here? And I can recall looking down at that body on the gurney and not caring. I had someplace to go. I was upset because there was a barrier behind me that was preventing me from going on. And then all of a sudden it was as if I was yanked back into my body. I came to 4.5 days later, not knowing what had happened to me. Not knowing. And one of the doctors at Duke Medical explained to me that due to the head injury, more than likely I would never remember the accident. And that was a good thing. in my opinion, because I have never remembered that accident. But once I came back, I had to make a choice. I was alive. So the question was, how was I going to move forward? So I had to take that physical self and that mental self and that emotional self and move forward. Fortunately, I had a plan. I wanted to get the heck out of the woods of Clarksville, Virginia. I had to leave that place. It was not enough for me, not intellectually or spiritually. I had to leave. So I had to figure that out, coming from a very, very poor family. And my way out was going to college. And if anyone asked me how I could afford to go to college, I don't know, I can't remember. But I went. And that was my way out. And I'm still out. And I'm not going back. So I say to Barbara and Jimmy's sons, you have to decide how you're going to go on. It's very, very difficult. It is very, very painful to lose someone that you love. It really is. And now I have to figure out how I'm going to go on after having lost my husband of 47 years. How I'm going to go on without my elder sister. But I must do so, and you must do so also. We will all lose people we love. And at some point, the people who love us will lose us as well. That is life. The price of living is love. So I wish you well. You have each other. You have a family. And no matter what, you will always have your mother. And as I said before, people always say, well, when a person dies, they are in a better place. I would say they are in a different place. And it's a wonderful place to be. And I can say that because very, very briefly, I went there. I went there. So please let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Take care of each other. And know that you'll always have your mother. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie.
Good evening to all. First, giving honor to God. You know, even in times like this, we still have to thank God. We have to thank God for allowing the life that Barbara had. My name is Doris. I'm sorry. We have been friends many years. We went through Hope and Fayetteville. She went to Hawaii, and I went to the Philippines. But when I got to Hawaii flying, I called her. I said, I am so nervous. She said, don't worry about it. It's all right. Well, the next thing I know, Barbara, come running. I couldn't let you go without giving you a hug. That's the kind of friend she is. And I'm just so thankful. Thank God for the friendship we had. Such a great relationship to the family. Thank you. Thank you for being my family. When I came from Lynchburg to Clarksville, spend the weekend, spend the night with Barbara, I thank you for welcoming me and the good times we had, cookouts and the fun, just fun time. But I do want to say to the family, hold on. Hold on to God's unchanging hands. And when you see the times are rough, hold on to Him and to her sons. I know she would want you to be together, come together, love each other, stay together, do the things to support each other, because that's what she would do. She was so, her family, that's all she talked about. with her children, her sons, her brothers, her sisters. Her sisters mean much love to you. And I just say, just continue to hold on and know that God is God and He is good. And He will be there for you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I guess everybody know I'm her baby sister. And she was like a mother to me. She's always been my idol when I was growing up because her and her husband was like a dad to me. He always called me Wirt, which that means little candle, so he said. But anyway, she was always there for me and my sister because she was the oldest. So I guess she felt like that she had to be there for us when our mother couldn't be there for us. We love that woman so much that, words just cannot express how much she meant to the entire family. And as everyone say, her sons are her pride and joy. And I pray that you all stay together, pull together, because that's what she wanted. She had a lot of sayings, like, crazy stuff that she always said, but that's Barbara. That's Barbara for you. She kept the family together regardless, no matter what happened. She always told us to stay together because we are family. So, in her leaving, I feel peace and joy in my heart because I know she's in a better place. When I last talked to her, she said, she told me she was tired. She was ready to go. And she said, but I wanted to make sure that everyone loves me. I don't want anybody to hate me. And I said, the type of person that you are, Barbara, there is no hate on this earth for you. I said, we all love you, and we're here for you. So just trust in God. Hold on to His hands because you know that when it's our time to go, that we got to go. If it's your time to go, just let go and let God handle it. And she said, okay, I trust in Him. She said, I love you, baby sister. And I told her I love her. And those were her last words. And I knew when I got that phone call that she was in a better place. And I thank God for her life, and for everything that she's done for me in my life.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I'm Barbara's brother. And these are my wonderful nephews, Daryl, Tyson, Sherrod. Their father is the reason where I am today. He went in the military. He came back to Clarksville, Virginia, where I wanted to get out of that place. And he said, if you want a wonderful life, join the Air Force. And that's what I did. Marilyn is one encouraging man. He's a strong man. His sons are strong. And Barbara is definitely a strong woman. I will never say was, she is a strong woman. She, like my sister said, she practically raised us along with my mom. And she's a dearing, loving woman. She will never be forgotten. I talked to her several times when she was in the hospital, and all she did was laugh and joke, and tell me how bad I am. But that's Barbara. That's Barbara. Remember the great things about her. Remember the wonderful things about her. And that's what's important. Like he said, always remember the great things about a person. Don't ever think about the bad things, because there are no bad things. In your mind, it may be, but there are no bad things, My daughter, Maja, she loved Barbara to death. She always talk about it. I said, leave some room for me to talk about it. But That's my sister. And may God continue to bless Daryl, Tyson, and Sherrod, and take care of your father, because he's definitely an important element in your life. Okay? And your mom will always be with you. She'll be with all of us. Thank you.
Since the siblings are talking, I guess I better talk. I'm the youngest boy, and Barbara was born in 47, and I was born in 57, so she was 9 going on 10. But she took care of me. She, when Mom was out working, she was like a mother. She was the one who was, per se, changing my diapers. Back then it was diapers. And so, when I turned about 11 or 12, her and Merrill was going to Myrtle Beach. That's where he was stationed. And so she wanted me to come to spend the summer with her. So I said, okay. Lo and behold, I didn't know what to expect. Well, guess what? My nephews was babies. Guess what? I had to change that. So it wasn't diapers then, it was Pampers. So those are really memorable moments that I know Barbara said, hey, karma, I took care of you, now you're going to take care of mine. But I enjoyed, that was one of the best summers of my life. I learned how to swim there, and I learned how to take responsibility. I learned how to spank the nephews. But I took care of her, and took care of Daryl and Tyson when they were little. And so I learned how to take responsibility. So that was some things that she taught me. And on the note that my brother was talking about Merrill, every time he came to Virginia, he always encouraged us to get out of Clarksville. Well, not just get out of Clarksville, but get a good life ahead of us. Plan a good life. Don't do what we're doing, just staying in one spot, being stuck. And so when I saw Vernon took him up on that, I decided to do the same thing. So I joined the military, and that's, because of his words is what taught me a lot in life, how to get ahead and how to do the right thing. And now, actually, because of what he said, I'm reaping the benefits. So I really appreciate your father and the things that he's done, and knowing that he had a wife to back him up, which is my big sister, to like a second mother to me. So, guys, if someone trying to teach you something in life, just take note, and take upon, and please take heed to what they're saying. I'm glad you had, I'm glad you spoke. You really spoke a good word to everybody. And I remember you. I remember you when I was little. And you were so beautiful. You're so beautiful now. But you were beautiful then. I was too little, but I just want to confess. But thank you for those encouraging words. That definitely helped me, and I hope it helped everybody in this room. And to Daryl, Tyson, and Sherrod, you guys just hold on, hang in there. You're brothers, okay? And it's nothing, no stronger bond than brothers, okay? I had lots of brothers, okay? And we still have a tight bond. The ones that left, we still have, even the ones that passed on, I don't think I ever had an argument with either one of my brothers. Never. Never had a disagreement. And that's the thing, this thing about us. We always loved one another, and we stuck together, and we took care of one another. So hold on to that, okay? You're the bigger brother, and, take charge, okay? Sometimes you got to just walk away from things, but, let them know that you're the bigger brother, and they need to respect that. All right. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it.
Hi everyone, giving honor to God, and thank you to all of you that are here. I want to thank Miss Barbara, my brothers Tyson, Sherrod, for their acceptance of me. I am the big sister. We found each other about 3 years ago. So she opened up her home to me. It's because of her and her acceptance that I'm here with you today. I loved her. I learned to love her. She learned to love me. And like I said, the big word is acceptance. We're all not perfect. We're only given a certain time here on this earth. And only God knows when we're gonna go. So I'm just gonna follow along with everybody else. Love each other. Be kind. It doesn't take much to be kind. Be of service to each other. God, Jesus came on earth and he was of service to the people that betrayed him. You know, who are we to not be of service to each other and love each other? I love you, Miss Barbara, and I thank you. And I'll be here to look after Dad, because I know you loved him so much. So I'll be here to look after him with my brothers and to honor you. I love you. Thank you, everyone.
Personally, I like Clarksville.
My name is Russell Hill. I'm the husband of Doris. 19, 20 years old, young married couple, living on at Fort Bragg, stationed at Pope Air Force Base. We met Marion and Barbara. We were neighbors in the same housing complex. And you know, there's some things about relationships that just bond instantly. And we became fast friends. I didn't have as much contact with Marion as Doris had with Barbara, but I got a lot of reports. But I do know, I do know the dynamic of being a military wife. Particularly, Marion was a flight engineer. It required him doing a lot of flying all the time. So that left Barbara at home to take care of her 3 sons. That is a monumental task, to raise your children alone. But she did that faithfully. She maintained relationships, good relationships with her friends. And from the gathering of people here who are willing to stand through this is a testament that she was well loved. Now, I understand family. I'm a product of 7 siblings. We were transplanted from North Carolina into Lynchburg, and there was only the 7 of us, the 9 of us, my mother and father. And the one thing, and I love the comment that it should be our theme, the price of life is love. And thank you for that. I'm going to use that in my next sermon. But that's what it takes for a family to be the family that we all dream about. We don't know what tomorrow brings, but we know who holds tomorrow. I want to share this with you, and I hope you would indulge me. For all we know, we may never meet again. But before I go, let this moment breathe again. For it is meant for all men to die. Don't let this be our last minute. Be sure you're in God's hand before your life is ended. For all we know, our life is like a ripple. Don't die undone. Choose the Lord while you have time. Don't die undone. 'Cause tomorrow may never come. For all we know. God bless you, family.
Hello, everybody. I am Maja. I'm Barbara's niece. Took me a while to get up here because I got knots in my stomach. And I'm wearing heels that I don't normally wear. Y'all saying I don't know how to walk in them. Barbara was cold and she was bold. But she was strong and never wrong, even when she was really wrong sometimes. But you couldn't tell her that. She was an individual in her own way. She had a ton of special qualities, and I know she was like a mother to me. She watched me when I was younger, and she watched over me when I was older. And I know she's still watching over me. She's just another angel that I have that soared through those heavenly gates at this point. And I am extremely grateful to have known her all my 43 years, and I'm very happy that she lived life to the fullest for her ability. And I can only pray that I have the opportunity to live life as long as she did. I'm very blessed to be her niece, and I'm very blessed to have, my husband calls y'all the Terry brothers. I'm very blessed to have y'all as my brothers, because y'all are like older brothers to me. And I know that we're gonna get through this together. So, and I'm very happy to have another sister that I didn't have the opportunity to meet until today. So I'm very grateful. And I know she loved you very much. She talked about you a lot as well. She loved all her children. Thank you.
I don't know if anyone else wants to speak. Now is the time. It's about 3:05. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming. Once everything ends, Mom still will be on display for viewing if anybody wants to view. I will be leaving to go visit my father, who's gone home now. If anybody wants to go fellowship with my father there, you're more than welcome to follow me there, or I can send you the address or GPS location to get there. Somebody else? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So we love all of y'all. Thank you so much for traveling. Safe travels back home. If you're going back home today or whenever you go back. If you need anything from us, you can get our phone numbers or get our contact. Again, right now our main focus is making sure my mother's homegoing has gone well, and it has, and that my father continues to be taken care of and loved. Okay? So if anybody has any other words to say, then the mic is open. My mother will continue to be on with you for, I think, until 4 o'clock. So anybody wants to spend time with her, okay? Thank you again. We love you guys. All my, I won't say grandchildren. My grandchildren aren't here. But all my nieces and nephews, I love y'all. Some of y'all seen for the first time. All the beautiful faces. So thank you so much for coming, okay? God bless you guys.
You were little. Yeah. I know, I still have it. Yeah, you're my granddaddy, right there. Okay, so.
Yeah, I got you.